Alright everyone, we have rather concerning news here, link in the description, archived of course. Apparently there's been an uptick in drone activity around the Mar-a-Lago. My worry is that some state or non-state actor is using drones to try to figure out where the security details are at any given time so they can slip somebody in. And this would normally be considered a little odd because, I mean, if security is that tight, it's going to be real fucking difficult to pull off, even if you had a squad of the best, the A-team goes in. It would still be difficult. But with Trump, we've already seen 3 different attempts on his life. Some people are forgetting the first one was back in the 2016 election. You remember when that deranged maniac tried to rush the stage when he was on the tarmac giving his speech and Trump wheeled around and he looked like he was about to punch the dude? And the liberals howled mockery and said, well, look at him, he's afraid. It looked more like he wanted to clock the person, so I didn't really have a problem with it at the time. Then you have Butler, that was not long ago. And then you have the incident literally at the Mar-a-Lago where somebody showed up with a rifle and got tackled by a Secret Service. So this is attempt number 3. Thankfully, all of them have failed. He did come within literally an inch of his life, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, I may not be religious or anything like that, but it is a little bit weird that he turns his head at exactly the right moment, literally half a second before the shot lands. Yeah, I found that a little bit interesting. My concern is really more about what else can be done with drones. My concern is that some nerd, at some point, I've talked about this before, is going to mix up a bunch of thermite and sink an aircraft carrier with drones that are flying in formation or something like that. Or that somebody's going to figure out how to load a drone with some rudimentary explosive, simply buzz it in next to a person and blow it up, or something like that. It's being done on the battlefield in third world countries already. This is going to be a big problem. Because these drones can effectively be bought by anyone, and explosives are not that difficult to actually create. A number of other weapons can be used. For instance, the Germans, they have drones that they use to clear power lines with little, basically oversized weed wands. Sort of like the Boring Company's Not a Flamethrower or something like that. Maybe not the most impressive, but if you don't care whether the drone lives or dies, yeah, you could strap something else to it, unfortunately. And the other unfortunate aspect is that Trump's security detail is partially run by the Uniparty. We know that the Secret Service can't get its shit together, so they can't be counted on. We know the FBI fucking hates him, so they can't be counted on. That leaves Trump's private security and effectively the military forces that are there to guard him. Thankfully, I think that he commands considerably more respect than Joe Biden among military members. I've noticed this. So hopefully they actually do their job. And they've also got that robotic dog patrolling the property. But my worry is that somebody's going to use drones to try to, aerially look at the Mar-a-Lago, figure out where everyone is and when, and then wait for an opportune moment or something like that. Thankfully, I'm not predicting this. I think Trump, he's escaped death several times before, so maybe he's got 9 lives. Maybe he's part cat or something like that. He's a cat girl with a dick or something like that. Hopefully that's the case. Because I want him to serve out his term, follow through with your promises. I think that he can deliver, and hopefully we have 4 years of peace breaking out, which would screw with the neocons. I voted for Trump and would take a bullet for him, actually, because he is a fairly important figure within U.S. politics and political history. That being said, there are some people out there that have had their minds sort of stirred around like spaghetti by MSNBC, or Vox, or Slate, or the Huffington Post. They believe that this man is Adolf Hitler, a less intelligent version of Hitler. In fact, some of them believe he's Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini all rolled up in one, which makes absolutely no sense, but that was literally a claim that they made. I reported on that prior. Those kinds of people, assuming they have any mental illness, so maybe a lack of self-control at some level, cannot be counted on not to fuck around with Donald Trump. Unfortunately, there's a very high likelihood that somebody else attempts on him. It's funny because Obama's in the presidency, nobody does jack shit. Supposedly, the United States is filled with racists, virulent Klansmen, and stuff like that. Nothing ever happens. Joe Biden, supposedly the right wing is so terribly violent, nothing happens to him. Nothing ever happened to Kamala. Donald Trump, he's had to do this shit 3 times. And now there are drones fucking flying around his property. Now my hope is that it's just like enthusiasts. They're just trying to get a shot of Donald Trump. So it's like, okay, he's playing golf. I got this video. This is primo shit. I'm going to put it on YouTube. Donald Trump plays golf. Watches swing or something like that. And that's possible. That's my hope. But it's not necessarily my expectation. Taking a shot of Donald Trump and getting that good photo so you can put it on your blog is a little bit different from taking a shot at Donald Trump. My worry is that the drone activity is related more to the latter than to the former. I hope that I'm wrong, but I expect that there's some shenanigans going on there. By the way, are we going to find that some of these drones are owned by the FBI or something like that? I'm sure that there is drone activity around the Mar-a-Lago related to the security structure. I mean, it'd be crazy not to have that. So some of it might be like false identification or something, you know, the people on the ground, they weren't appraised of the fact that the drone was going to fly over at that exact moment, and they reported in, and so they're like, oh shit, strange drone activity, even though it was their own drone. That's always possible. But Trump can't rely upon everybody around him to even give a shit about defending him. The problem is the Uniparty runs the FBI currently. They're there. And the Secret Service bungles things. They're there. That's the main security apparatus. Other than some military members and his own private security, he's fairly vulnerable. If I was Donald Trump, I would double my own private security. And I'd double their pay, and I'd say, look, you know, I can't rely upon these other fuckers to protect me at all. So you're going to be my entourage now. So you had 4 dudes at the front door before, now you've got 8 dudes. Well, good luck blasting your way in there, asshole. That's about all. Peace out.